All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before I get started, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakak Wadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops at Great Millstone for teaching us this truth and ruling well. And I would also like to give double honors to the men who taught them. Peace and blessings to the Akiyam, putting on as the elect, striving for perfection, that crown of righteousness by being obedient to what is written inside these scriptures. Shalom. This is your brother Kassad out of GMS Austin. Just wanted to go into these current events, going into how Iran has sent these missiles towards Israel, man, and how it's a major escalation, a major step forward in prophecy. And man, we are living in the times that, man, this kingdom is getting ready to get translated to the rightful rulers, man. It's a beautiful thing. All right, we're getting ready to come out of the rags and into those riches that the Lord has promised us, enduring in these things that we have to, go through and everything. But man, these prophecies are hitting off. The kingdom of heaven is being established, reestablished on earth. All right. It's through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai resting on the prophets, the man, the elect, that he is predestinated to have the spirit of truth dwelling inside of them, and go out and teaching it to the nation, and also declaring Esau Edom's ways to his face, talking about his destruction that's getting ready to happen, his fall that's happening right now, in our faces, man. And we're living in times of never before. Israel being shot at, by Iran. This is great prophecy being fulfilled, man. I'm gonna get some precepts and perfectly this will be edifying to the body, man. All right, I'm gonna kick it off here in the book of kick it off here in the book of Joel 3:1. It says, "For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem." So when Yahweh Shai is gathering the elect of the house of Israel, and 2 says, "I will also gather all the nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land." So the Lord is gathering his elect, but he's also, in the time in which we're living in, gathering all those nations, over there. You got Russia having the BRICS nations and everything, and you got the European nations as well, and you see with the strike that just happened, how all these nations are going to be gathered into that region, which is, what they call the so-called Middle East or the Persian Gulf area, and the surrounding areas. This is the valley of Jehoshaphat, or Yahweh Shaphat, which means Yahweh's judgment. Okay, is where he's coming to plead for the house of Israel ultimately. All right, so Joel 3:2 says, "I will also gather all the nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, Yahweh Shaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, in whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land." So how the Lord pleads is not going to be begging and let's negotiate, let's get some type of paperwork done, some contract or something. Nah, he's coming with fire and brimstone, as he pleaded with Pharaoh, in Egypt. And these Edomites being the nowadays pharaohs, the modern day pharaohs, the Lord is coming back to plead with them as well in the same manner, man, with death and destruction ultimately. But right here in Isaiah 66:15 says, "For behold, the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire." All right. "For by fire and by his sword will the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai shall be many," man. So this is what we're quickly approaching, seeing these things heating up in that Middle Eastern region, or the around the Persian Gulf, the Euphrates, this area out here, man. You seeing this is a hot spot, what they call it. You seeing anything and everything can happen. And then you look at the surrounding areas. Israel is surrounded by People who want to wipe them off the face of the map, man. And it's not hard to tell what's getting ready to happen. You know, it's like one of these things do not belong. One of these things don't are not like the other. It's simple Sesame Street, actions that's getting ready to happen, man. All right, mathematics, should I say? But Joel 3:3 says, and they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine that they may drink. All right, so these heathen nations, starting with Esau, Edomite, the self-proclaimed white man, have have what you call destroyed, the house of Israel. Okay, trodden down the house of Israel. You know, and done with them how they wanted them to be done. Let's get this in Zechariah 2:8. It says, "For thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. For he that toucheth you touches the apple of his eye," man. So you touch the apple of his eye, man. You touch the children of the Most High, the children of Yahweh, Yasharallah. He princes of the power. Okay, and so the Lord has judgment and recompense coming unto you for doing so, man. All right. Let me jump into, let's see, let's jump into Revelations 11 from here. And just, wanted to go into basically a quick hit, just going into these current situations, man, and how, man, these prophecies are just full speed ahead. The Lord is raising us up right now, this temple, having this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding inside of us. So we're kingdom minded already, but man, that kingdom is getting ready to be here on earth as well, man. All right, in which Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is going to be ruling in. So man, we're getting ready to see a translation. Things getting ready to be flipped right side up, because right now things are upside down, being in the hands of the wicked. We was going into this on the block yesterday, but man, we getting ready to get, the wicked is getting ready to get put out of the earth, man. Full, and it's getting ready to happen. So this is Revelations 11:11. It says, "And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them." So this is speaking about Israelites being in that dead-like estate. All right, the remnant of the house of Israel being in that dead-like estate. All right, 3 days and a half goes into the breaks down to 350 years, pertaining to the 1619 to about 1969, 1970, when that truth came out. Between that time, we was absent of the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, absent of the truth. But he sent High Priest Abba Bibbins, or Elijah, to bring out that truth, man. That's when that great awakening happened. All right, back in going into about 1969 and everything. So we was, resurrected from that broken or that dead like estate condition. So Revelations 11:11 says, "And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and a great fear fell upon them which saw them." Okay, so operating in this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, in our heritage, in the order. All right, it's that's standing back upon our feet. Okay, that's getting out of that low condition, laying down that dead like a state, standing back upon our feet. And these other heathen nations, all right, it brings fear upon them, because we were never supposed to get back upon our feet. All right, but the Lord intervened, a divine intervention, so to speak. Okay, and giving us that breath of life, man. Let me grab this precept right quick. Let's see. There it is, Job 33:4. It says, "The spirit of the Most High, Yahweh, hath made me, and the breath of the Almighty have given me life," man. And that so we've been quickened, made alive with this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. And we've been given life. Yahweh Shai says, I've come that they might have life and have it more abundantly. Okay, and man, this is what you see happening in the world, man. You see our people, understanding and knowing that they are Hebrew Israelites and not Africans, not blacks, not Hispanic, Native American, Indians, Mexicans, none of that shit. They understanding that they're Hebrew Israelites, and only a remnant of the house of Israel is actually operating in the righteous ways by teaching and preaching and being separate and apart from this world. Consecrating themselves with this word, ultimately being cleansed with all their wickedness and walking, in this truth. Walking by faith at the end of the day, because faith is a requirement, man. Without faith, it's impossible to please the one who created you and everything, right? All right. So without faith, it's impossible, to be to please the one who created us. So we're operating and stepping inside of these scriptures and doing what is required of us to be doing. But Revelations 11 and 12 says, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. So, man, our enemies are going to see us get beamed up out of here via chariots. Okay, because while this place is being destroyed and getting hit with destruction, ultimately America, Babylon the Great, okay, and some other places as well that the Lord has predestinated to be destroyed, the remnant of the house of Israel, the elect, are going to be beamed up. All right, going to be delivered during that destruction. All right, so that voice says, come up hither. That's into the chariots. Okay, so it says Revelations 11 and 12 says, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up into heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. Okay, and it says 13, and the same hour was there a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city, which is Babylon, which is America, 10th part of the city fell, and the earthquake was slain of men 7,000, and a remnant were affrighted and gave glory to the Most High in heaven, man. So in heaven, we'll be affrighted because it's going to be very death and dire and drastic, dramatic times, man. All right. You're understanding that most of the people that you knew, that are not operating in this truth are being melted or being already what is called ripped apart by newly created creatures, man, hit with the sword. Because coming up all throughout these times before this happens, we're in Jacob's trouble. Okay, it's going to be a time of none other. It's going to be sedition of men. It's going to be people just overthrowing each other left and right, just trying to survive, leading all the way up. So you make it all through those tribulations, as he talks about in the scriptures. He who endures to the end will be saved, and you will be saved, man. You hear that voice saying, come up hither. Okay, but this is all simultaneously with this kingdom. Esau, Edom's kingdoms fall, because Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning that follows. So all these things must happen on earth. Iran sending missiles to Israel to escalate the situation. These things must happen, according to these scriptures, man. And so when we see these things happening, we understand that our redemption draws nigh. Okay, so it says in Revelations 11, and that earthquake goes into the ICBM missiles hitting the earth, man. All right, the earthquake is going to reel to and fro like a drunkard. The scriptures talks about in the book of Isaiah, chapter 13. Okay, the ICBM missiles are marching basically like soldiers. Okay, and they're not going to break their rank. They're going to hit everything they're supposed to hit, and it's going to be total destruction, annihilation, and the earth is going to be shooken by it, man. All right, because it's going to be so powerful, going into it. And so in 11, Revelations 11 and 14, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. All right, so the third woe is at the door. Okay, and after this third war, there will be no more wars. So this is the last final finale, and which is going to enter us into, man, the kingdom, ultimately. Okay, so these steps and prophecies, these are giant steps being made. These are big prophecies being fulfilled. All right, so man, it's a glorious time to be alive, in this truth and understanding that, man, we are closer than we've ever. Salvation is closer than it's ever been. Okay, I'm gonna end it here on this. Matter of fact, let me grab this in the book of let me grab this right quick, just to land back of us coming out of that broken estate and everything, and being put back in our feet, and how it's a fearful thing to this a sight to these other heathen nations ultimately, because we was never supposed to understand what the hell is going on, basically. But this is Psalms 50 and 21. It says, these things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Going into Esau Edom, how he's mistreating us and sold us a boy for a harlot, a girl for wine. It talks about it in that Joel as we went into it. How the mistreatment, the treatment that we've received since we've been here, man. All right, so Psalms 50 and 21, Esau, Edom, the wicked, the self-proclaimed white, has a perpetual hatred for the house of Israel, okay, because of his righteousness, for being the children of Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shai, ultimately. But this is Psalms 50 and 21. It says, these things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such and one as thyself. So, they over there in the land of Israel, you're thinking God is with them. They're over here in America thinking that God is with them. God got our back. Pray for us. And the Lord does not hear the prayers of a sinner or the wicked. All right. The Lord is not with you. For this cause, he raised you up just so you can see the power of the Lord bring you down. All right. So the pride of thy heart has deceived you that dwellest in the cliff, man. Esau Edom. It says Psalms 50 and 21. These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such and one as thyself, but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes, man. He's reproving, correcting, chastising and destroying the house of Edom, the kingdom, and and everything. And during that time, he is setting us in order, man, at the same time, man. All right before his eyes. And it's a fearful thing to these nations. But ended off here in Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5 and 1. It says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account for his labors, man. And this is what the men of the Lord are doing right now, standing bold as a lion, understanding that, man, this shit is over with. This kingdom of oppression, this hell-like condition, seeing our people struggle all the time, this death that surround us, man, we're getting ready to get the hell up out of here, And 2 says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for, man. They never could imagine us coming out of that dead-like estate and being the rightful rulers of the kingdom, man. Us being delivered, by our Father, Yahweh, man, via chariots and everything. So when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, man. The man's hearts are going to fail them seeing us going up and the missiles coming down. It's going to be a marvelous sight to see, man. All right. So it says, Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 2, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of their salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for. And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit, shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision, and a proverb of reproach, man. So all that abominable filth that they spread up, about us, all that shame and everything, man, it's that they spread about us all across the earth, it's gonna be like, damn, man, that's that proverb. It's gonna be like, shit, man, we were all together in the wrong. We have touched the apple of the Lord's eye, and so now we gotta recompense. We have to drink of that cup now of wrath, as it talks about in the book of Lamentations. All right, we have to drink of that cup now. All right, so they repenting and growing, but it's too damn late. That cup has to pass on to your ass, And 4 says, we fools account his life madness and his end to be without honor, man. Okay. How is he numbered among the children of the Most High and his lot among the saints, man? So, man, it's a beautiful turn of events that is happening, man, on the face of this earth. All right. It's unfortunate, for the wicked because they thought their kingdom was going to rule forever. It's going to be forever. It's going to be everlasting. But nah, man, the Lord has only given you these things for a certain time, and that time is up. So the Lord is taking the things, that blessing in which he gave to you from you, okay, at the end of the day, and reinstating or establishing his kingdom of righteousness on earth, man. And so he's getting ready to do away with all the authority, the governments on earth, and he's gonna be put his authority on earth. Let's end it on that right quick. This is Revelations 11 and 15. It says, and the seventh angel sounded, and there were great voice in the heaven, saying, the kingdoms of the world are become the kingdoms of our Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, and he shall reign forever and ever, man. So good night, Babylon the Great. Your days is numbered, man. You have been found wanted, weighed in the balance, man. We are watching the end and the downfall of this place. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops at Great Millstone for teaching us this truth and ruling well. Peace and blessings to the Akiyam, putting on as the elect. Shalom.